On my previous visit to Rome, virtually right next to where I went for dinner on my first night, I saw a restaurant with an exciting-looking menu. I decided this was where I wanted to have my first dinner in Rome on this trip. Serving a creative mix of Nordic, Asian, and Italian ingredients and culinary traditions, it is called Aede. That's my best shot at a soft Danish D. The maitre d' thought it was pronounced Aede, but then he was from Friuli, so he's probably not an expert on Danish pronunciation. The word itself means to eat in Danish. 10 items on the menu, to be chosen as one prefers. I selected 5 at the beginning, the first 4 of which could loosely be called starters. The maitre d' is Tommaso Falcone, by the way, and aside from his questionable Danish pronunciation, he had excellent wine recommendations. First of these was a Crémant Brut Rosé from Vergne, made from Chardonnay, Chenin Blanc, and Pinot Noir from Languedoc-Roussillon. There was a parade of amuse-bouche. I tried valiantly to listen to, absorb, and write down all the descriptions. This is as good as my efforts and memory can provide.
Eccoci qua. Allora, vado. Panipurri, ricetta indiana, semola soffiata, dentro c'è una caponatina e polvere di paprika affumicata.
Okay.
Finta lisca di alganori con maionese giapponese affumicata.
Okay.
Churro col parmigiano e chili fermentato. Quella è una coppetta di alga kombu con sgombro, panna acida e mele sotto aceto. Okay.
In the front, a take on pani puri, a fried puff pastry ball, which here had a kind of carbonara filling, with smoked paprika. Continuing to the bowl with seashells, there was a faux fish carcass made of nori with Japanese smoked mayonnaise. Then, in the middle, a kind of savory churro with parmesan and fermented chili. And finally, on the left, a little basket with mackerel, sour cream, and vinegared apple. I worked up an appetite just trying to remember the ingredients. Absolutely worth the effort and patience. There was good bread, too, but that description got lost during the presentation of the next wine. A Viognier from Château Martinol, just south of Carcassonne in the Pays d'Oc, from the same makers of the Crémant. This accompanied rolls of ricciola, amberjack, with daikon and shiso. I had to keep asking the maitre d' for details, as I didn't get everything with his first recitation. The yellow color came from fermented yellow plums, I was told. A great start. Aside from my work getting all the info down, I was really enjoying the flavors. We moved to the province of Arezzo for the next wine, a Beverino made from Trebbiano grapes macerated with the skins and aged in amphorae. That brought us to plate 2. Lurking under sorrel leaves were 2 grilled scallops with pumpkin in 2 consistencies, a puree and roasted until falling apart, along with nduja. Scallops with pumpkin and nduja? A daring combination I found delightfully successful. A red wine, a monastrell from Viñas Bastardas in the Jumilla area of Spain, was up next, with self-pseudo-censored text on the front and back of the bottle. A bit of a surprise, as the next plate was again fish. Trout, with a foam of fermented onion, a Japanese cucumber salad, wild mesclun, and sesame, all in a dashi broth. The high level of imagination and creativity was being maintained. Prawns were the final starter plate, and for these we moved to a biodynamic orange wine, a Malvasia from the province of Chieti in Abruzzo. Under the canopy of nasturtium leaves, grilled prawns were hiding, along with roast red peppers and a vanilla-flavored mayonnaise. For the final savory plate, we moved back to a red wine, a Montepulciano d'Abruzzo from the same producers as the previous wine, the Biocantina Orsonia. This next plate was a primo, ravioli del plin stuffed with miso from ricotta, roast cauliflower, and cauliflower foam. That's not all. There was also hazelnut-flavored oil, and the dusting you see on top was powdered porcini. A remarkable take on ravioli del Plin. From Abruzzo up to the Veneto for the dessert wine, a dindarello made from 100% Moscato by the Macolan winery in Breganze near Vicenza. That was the pairing plan for the dessert, a crème brûlée made from goat's milk, scented and flavored with lavender. The slightly darker bits on top are the lavender, at least I think they are. A very pleasing and very aromatic variation on the classic. I decided I needed to wrap up the meal with an amaro, and after a few moments of reflection, the maitre d' brought me the following. A Jefferson Amaro Importante, made by the Vecchio Magazzino Doganale, a bit north of Cosenza, in Calabria. All of its botanicals come from Calabria, starting with the bergamot and both bitter and sweet oranges, and continuing with rosemary, eucalyptus, and oregano, along with other herbs that keep a secret. Their website affirms frankly, if slightly immodestly, that it is truly the best liquore in the world. Savoring it at the end of my meal, I was inclined to agree. Altogether a great dinner to launch my stay in Rome.